Welcome into your reading. This is a general message for you guys. I hope you all are doing well. As you can see, you have some cards on the table already as I was prepping for your energy. So you have the 11th house. You have the card of Mars. From the Santa Muerte Oracle, you have number 25, which is the card of birth. And then from the Oracle of the Witch, you have the Herb Garden. All right, so a few things coming through here. As we know, right now I'm recording in March 2025. And soon enough, Mars will be moving into the constellation or the sign of Leo. Once again, after being there a few months ago and then going retrograde. So yeah, there's a lot of drive here with the Leos right now, the Leos that I'm picking up on. And a lot of this has to do with things around your status, your reputation. I know that the 10th house has a lot to do with that, but I also always think the 11th house is similar. But as it stands with like what group you are a part of, right? Who do you associate yourself with? And based off of that, what status do you hold within that group? So friendships, acquaintances, social circles, people at work even, or clients, partnerships, things like that are coming to play here. And there's also an element of innovation and forward thinking, future thinking. And so you have the card of birth. For some of you, you may be thinking about having children. Some of you may be pregnant, or if you're male, right, then your woman is pregnant and you're about to bring life and bring a soul into this world. But I also think that the majority of you are seeing birth happen in your surroundings, or maybe you are seeing your friends or your cousins or even siblings. I know that that's more third house, but just people around you pregnant, right? Like maybe it's a thing of wherever you go, you see someone's pregnant, or you think about babies, or you have dreams about babies, or something like that. So if it's not you having children, this is you wanting to create and bring something to life. Okay, so it could be starting a business. Maybe you have an idea and you want to start to work on that and bring it to life. There's a lot of creativity coming here. The feminine, very much so. The mother is of importance as well. So what relationship do you have with your mother at this time? And is it nurturing? Is it loving? Or is it more superficial? Is it taking away from the quality of your life? I don't know. But you do have the herb garden. There's a medicinal quality here that I'm picking up on as well. So if you are pregnant, maybe you're looking into natural foods and herbs and vitamins, or I don't know, maybe natural birth, something like that. Otherwise, there is a need to look at your health and look at your intake, right? Or maybe you have a certain deficiency or something like that, and you need to eat more or take more of a certain vitamin. So getting involved and researching things of that topic is probably coming to play at this time for some of you. So it is a lot to think about, it feels like. Okay, so the Leo I'm picking up has a lot on their mind. And it almost feels like very, what is this? Like 7 of Cups type of feeling, where there's so much to choose from, so much to think about. Not everything is urgent. Not everything is like live or die, right? Like not everything is right now. It's just more of like, I like this, or I like the idea of that, or what if I start to dabble into this, or, maybe you're on your phone and somehow you start to go down this rabbit hole of health and wellness and natural remedies and natural birth, or, something like that, right? So it's very, how can I say, like, it's just a lot of different topics I'm getting here. Okay, so which is in a sense good, right? Like if you don't have something that's huge that you have to really think about, or you don't have stress, maybe you do, I don't know, but we'll see when the tarot comes out. But so far, it just looks like there are different things coming up, different interests, different topics, different conversations. And it's like you're dabbling in these different areas of life at this time. But I think it's more like mental, like these are your ideas, and these are maybe you're communicating with your spouse or having conversations of, these different ideas with your friends, something like that. So we'll see how it plays out as we bring out the cards. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to go into your personal energy and get a sense of where you're at, mind, heart, body, and soul. What is the most important thing the Leo that I'm picking up on today needs to know out of this reading? Calling in the Leo energy, please. I had to shuffle on this cloth. If not, it's probably too loud for you guys. Leo, what is coming through for the Leo? Mind, heart, body, and soul at this time, please. Personal energy, what is the Leo up to? Okay. First card out, you have the Star. Yes, very much so. That's how it feels. And then you also have the 11th house here, right? That rules the sign of Aquarius governs that house. And the Star is the Aquarius card in the tarot. So once again, like I said, it's just this forward-thinking, innovative, quirky, different, out of the box, type of thinking. Very much in the scene, okay? Very popular, but at the same time detached, right? This is also your opposite sign. So this is the opposite side of you. So there could be a feeling of sort of like you are being pulled into opposite directions at this time than you would normally go toward, okay? You also have the 10 of Wands and the Emperor. So this could be in the place of work as well. The Emperor is very in control energy. It also rules the sign of Mars as well. So there's a force, okay? There's a force sort of bubbling underneath you at this time that wants to just sort of push out, right? So that feeling of giving birth in some way, if it's not literal, this is like a surge of energy that you just want to express. So I think that physical activity for a fire sign is perfect for you to let out some of this energy. And as you are doing that, the ideas start flowing and you start, vibing and getting into this creative zone as well. I'm feeling like you are coming across new stuff. Okay, so this could be new genres of music or new categories of like shows or videos that you're coming across on TikTok or on YouTube or something like that. Like things that you're not normally into. Like something here is starting to stir your interest a little bit. And so I do feel like you want to have fun with this type of stuff, but at the same time, there is a level of seriousness that you have here with the 10 of Wands and the Emperor card. Something just feels a little too much responsibility. Okay, so you are being pushed and pulled between you sort of being a boss, whether that's literal or metaphorical in your life, right? Like you're the boss of your life in some way, and wanting to really express yourself and bring out this more fun, quirky, different creature that you can be, right? But there could be something that's holding you back from that here as well. So there's like a push and pull between both. It does make me feel like your friendships, Like maybe certain groups see this part of you and other groups see this serious part of you, right? So, and I mean, I think that that's fine. I think that's natural. You know, we show up in different ways compared to our environment. Some of us do, not all of us, but, and that's okay. Let's see. Yeah, there's this thing of like, it feels like it's a lot. Maybe it's starting to become a thing of like, your social circles are demanding things of you, okay? And that's like your friendships, your work environment, your family environment, you know, maybe the clubs that you're a part of, or, you know, some type of, maybe some of you are in a book club or in a coven, or, you know, like things like that as well, right? Like it's starting to become a hassle to stay in control of all of the different sides of you that need to come out based off of where you're at and who is in your surrounding areas. All right. So we'll see what's in the environment. Usually with the cards that are in the environment is the energy that is causing all of this as well. This is external. This could come in the form of people, situations, circumstances. Leo, please, what is in Leo's environment, the external? So you'll have to know at this time. Eight of Swords. The Sun, beautiful. And the Five of Cups. It's interesting because there's some low energy here in the environment, but at the same time, the Sun is here. But I guess it's fitting because in this deck, the Sun isn't as charming, you know, but the Sun does have to do with fertility as well, and life, right? Giving life. It's like in your surroundings, there's so much to be grateful for. There's so much blessing. All right. You're surrounded by blessing. You're surrounded by things that can give you a sense of passion, can provide you with life and feeling fresh and alive and open to experiencing this world in some way, right? Like all of these big picture ideas of living your best life. And in your environment, you have all of the potential and the opportunities to do that. But something is definitely blocking you or preventing you. Or this could be someone else, okay? While you see this person as your quote unquote life, and this person makes you feel good with the Sun, they're also coming with a negative or a downer energy. The Eight of Swords is feeling stuck. It's feeling like you cannot break away from something. And the Five of Cups is a feeling of let down, okay? Feeling let down. If I'm hearing this comes in waves, so it could be a seasonal thing. It could be, you know, an imbalance in some way, like a chemical imbalance where somebody here is prone to moodiness or broodiness or depression in some way, when there's no reason for it, right? Because the Sun is here. But this is like can't get away from the thoughts of I cannot do something. This is the idea, the belief system that somebody has where they think to themselves, I can't, right? it's a matter of self-esteem, of self-love. Okay, there could be some insecurities here. There could be a feeling of just giving up and not trying or not giving 100%. And it could also be the fact that, and I mean, big picture thinking, right? Because I don't know who I'm reading for, so I can't go super specific, but big picture is that we're coming out of the cold, we're coming out of the winter, we're coming out of the dark, and we're going into the light here, starting with spring pretty soon. This is the astrological new year coming up, right in the middle of March. So we're literally coming out of a place of survival, right? Whether that's reality, like literal or metaphorical, being in the cold, in the winter season, in the season of the dark, is very different from going into spring and summer, right? So it makes me feel like maybe somebody has been inside too much or hermiting, or it's time to let the sun in. It's time to open the windows and the curtains. And, it's time to go out into the parks and take walks, or, be out and about. And somebody is just not used to that. But there is opportunity for it. And again, this could be you or someone else. And it could be a matter of your social circles and the people that are in your life want to see more of you, want you to come out. Maybe maybe you're busy. And it's like, I don't want to go, I don't want to go. I'm tied up. I'm tied down. These are all the thoughts of like, I can't because A, B, C, D, right? Like all of the excuses. And the people or the energy around you that is supposed to be light and providing you with life and vitality and blessings and all of that, it's just like this element of letdown because somebody here isn't taking advantage of that. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, so let's see what the cards say. Go into some more details here. We're going to break down the next 30 days for you and see what's coming through. This could be in the form of people, situations, circumstances as well. What does Leo need to expect, prepare for? What is coming their way, please? Okay, Leo, let's go into some more details, see what they need to expect for the next 30 days. All right, you have the Ace of Swords. So truth, clarity, honesty, authenticity, slicing the BS, right? Like getting past the illusion here. You have the Five of Wands. So this could be people not being on the same page. Okay, there's a lot of like me. People want things their way. People have their own agendas, their own motives, their own reasons. The Hanged Man. And the Page of Cups. So in the next week or so, these are your cards. So there is clarity coming through at least, all right? So where there was once tension, or where there is tension in the next week or two, here with the Five of Wands, the truth will come out, okay? Things will balance themselves out. People will be put in their place. People will get to express how they feel and know where they stand. And then you have the Hanged Man and the Page of Cups. So once this happens, there will be an element of pause and standstill. Maybe, a group of people sort of going silent, stepping back a little bit from the situation because it was It feels like it was a lot to handle, right? Like it's the 10 of Wands energy of like, this is too much, like I need to take back control. Maybe you were losing yourself. Maybe you were losing yourself in all of the different ideas, or maybe you were losing yourself in, the influence that that other people had over you, right? And so it's like, okay, let me reel it back and get back to myself, get back to what I need here with the Emperor card and taking control. And then maybe you just go a little quiet for a bit. Maybe you get closer to your spouse, your children, the people in your life that are super important, that really matter. Not to say that your friends and all of that don't matter, but, the people that live in your home, right? Like the people that gave you life, like things like that. And it's like, okay, I'm just going to release this for now. I'm going to let it go for now. And I'm going to rejuvenate, right? And like heal or get back on track, because there was just so much tension and so much chaos here that it was just throwing your vibe, your energy off. And you want to self-love, self-nourish, with the Page of Cups here, just sort of fill yourself back up with love and, the necessary things that you need in order to be happy and to feel good. What else, please, for the Leo? 9 of Wands. This is coming through in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Knight of Pentacles. The Death card. And the 2 of Cups. Okay. Okay, so defensive, all right? Somebody is putting up a wall. Maybe how someone here is expressing themselves, they're coming across a little defensive. Maybe they don't know that they're projecting and they're expressing themselves in a way where you can tell that they are using their defense mechanisms here because they're not comfortable. It feels like someone isn't comfortable in a situation, therefore has to put their boundaries up. The Knight of Pentacles is telling me that this is a long time coming, right? So maybe the Leo I'm picking up on here today is the type of person who allows people to step over them, to be used, to be taken advantage of in some way. And the next 2 to 3 weeks, there's an opportunity for someone to stand up for themselves and to say no. Okay. This is going to change a dynamic between two people here. So it doesn't have to be your person, but it could be. It doesn't have to be like the relationship that you're thinking about, but it could be. And at the same time, I'm getting that by you standing up for yourself, yes, it changes the dynamic between you and other people, but it also in turn changes the dynamic in some way between you and your person. Just because they're able to see a different side of you, you're able to even see a different side of yourself as well. And it doesn't have to be a bad thing, right? This could be like your person being proud of you, right? For saying no, or for standing up for yourself, or even for defending them in some way. It does feel like that as well. There is still this element of leave me alone. I'm getting that strongly for you guys this month or in the next 30 days. It's like you get a taste of putting people in their place, that now once somebody comes and attempts to treat you how they used to, or attempts to take advantage in some way, you are ready to confront them, or you're ready to say the thing because you've already done it and you know how to do it now. But I think this opens up a lot of room for you and your loved one, for you and your person. It gives more time with them, or you're able to focus on them more because you're out of this conflict or out of all of this overwhelming energy with people in your life. And I think your person is like really giddy, really happy about that. It's like they get time with you. What else, please? Okay, you have the 5 of Pentacles. And this is coming through in the next 3 to 4 weeks. Ten of Pentacles, good. Where once you were lacking, now you have more than what you need. Okay, so there was somewhere where you felt lack, where you didn't have enough. And in the end of this 30-day period, you will get what you need. 10 of Swords. And the Star. So we opened up with the Star, we're closing with the Star. Beautiful. Well, at the end of this month, there is closure. There's ending. Okay, you knew that was coming already anyway because of the Death card. I don't even like how this is. So I moved my area. I call it my chambers, my witch chambers, because I have a room for my spiritual stuff. Anyway, this is where I do readings, but I moved my table into another area. And even though it's the same table, I still have to get used to it. Anyway, that looks a little better from my standpoint. Okay, so there is closure. There's ending here. Okay, and it opens up this like room for more, or room for opportunity, or room for you to just be yourself. The Leo that I'm picking up on has a hard time with feeling empowered to be themselves, feeling empowered to pick what they want and choose what they want in life and say yes to what they want and say no to what they don't want, right? Like that feeling of, because maybe you think of others first, or you think of your partner, which is fine, or you think of your parents even, right? Like how you were raised, or maybe there are people in your life who have like so much influence and control over you that you can never just be like, I want the thing that is different. Let's just give an example. Like you grew up from a strict, let's just say even religious household. And although you saw yourself to be that way, now you are feeling different, right? Like there's something in you that wants more, how can I say, like maybe you want to go toward more darkness or more edginess, or just something that your parents wouldn't agree of, or that is not very religious of you to like or to do, right? And so it's like you've always had this inclination or this yearning to step out of the environment that you were raised in, and how the expectations that environment has over you. I do feel strongly that this person, whoever I'm reading for, has challenges with doing what they want and being who they are because of external circumstances, right? Whether that's expectations from your family, that is, you put too much thought into how people see you. You put too much thought into fitting in and being part of the scene. Like all of these things start to create these like a different perspective in your head of reality. And Maybe now it's just like you're so overwhelmed with it that you're just giving up. You're letting it go, right? And it's just like, this is who I am. And maybe for a little bit, you will be the person that has seemed, right, that they have let themselves go. Because it does feel very like I'm giving up, right, type of energy. But at the same time, this giving up energy frees you. Okay, it takes all of this 10 of Wands burden off of your shoulders, you know, and you can breathe and you can express and you can just be, you know. And yes, some things have to end, and it doesn't mean relationships are ending like literally, which for some of you it could be, but it could be the dynamic of the relationship changing, right? Which is fine. And the people who love you no matter what, right, who accept you regardless, will still be there. Yes, it'll be a little different for them to get acclimated to this new you, but nonetheless, they still love you and they'll still accept you and they'll still be there, right? So just letting it go and releasing at the end here. And whatever you've been wishing, wanting, hoping for, working toward, things like that, by you letting these expectations off of your shoulders, you will start to notice more opportunity where you land in and become a part of this life that you've always wanted to have, or you become the person that you've always wanted to be. With the star, the Leo I'm picking up on today has hopes, dreams, wishes, desires of living a certain way or being a certain way. And this 30-day period, there is an opportunity for you to feel that and get a hint of what that feels like, so you can start to expand and create more and more of it in your life. And you do that by everything that we spoke about, right? By changing and putting up your boundaries and just letting go and being more free, if that makes sense. Okay, well, I hope that helped. If it did, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. If you want a personal reading, they're very similar to this. Obviously, it's more specific to you and your situation. My email is in the description of the video. Just shoot me an email and we'll set up a time to do your reading. But yeah, I mean, good luck with all of this. This is really, really positive. It may not feel so great in the moment, but once you get through it and you overcome this hurdle or this hump, you're going to feel really good. Okay. Thank you so much, Leo. Have a good one. Bye.